And then you'll see. All right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so the whole idea behind textures, this is my very like our collages. This is again my my visualization is that, and something that I talk to you all the time is letting go, right? We often get so stuck up in our thoughts, in the way we do things, and being stubborn, and just getting so stuck up with one thing. It benefits no one. You yourself are stuck up into it, and it harms us the most. The other person, it doesn't even impact them at all. It's our own, it becomes a vicious cycle. So you've got to break that up. So for me, when I am doing my art, and that is what we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, is to just let yourself loose, let yourself free yourself, right? And that is where collaging really comes into picture. Collaging, textures, anything you do with your hand, it does come up with that, because when you're ripping a paper for putting a piece on your work surface, you don't care like if it's getting ripped on more on one side, ripping more, it doesn't matter. At the end, everything comes together. So that's the whole idea. The other thing that I wanted to mention, and we've done meditation also in the past. We won't be doing some meditation today. I'm just going to have you just stretch a little bit with your hands, and just stretch yourself like this. Just make yourself your shoulders should be, like I always say, shoulders not like this. You want to just be with your back straight as much as possible. Make yourself comfortable. So there's another thing that I was reading this morning. Actually, it was on rituals. Like when you are doing any kind of rituals, when you are creating any kind of art. So, for example, right now, this is something and I do not even pay attention to it. So, whenever I am creating something, I generally have a sort of a herbal tea or something with me. Like why do we do that? Any guesses? What impact? Like right now, I have this here. Let me get it closer. Perfect. So this is, and also the choice of the mug. So okay, let me bring it here close. I don't know if you can see, it says Coca-Cola on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So it's a very, so this is one of my favorite, this I got from the dollar store years ago. Like it's been really long. I had 4 and 1 broke, so only 3 are left. And I was really sad when that 1 broke, because I really like them. They are kind of vintage looking, and so when you are doing things like that, when you're choosing a mug or a cup, whatever it is, and you're making a tea in there or a coffee, whatever you prefer, or maybe just a cold kind of a drink, be a lemonade or whatever it is, whatever you prefer, you are engaging your senses, right? So you're engaging your brain, you're engaging your eyes, your nose, your taste. You're engaging all 5 senses when you're performing a ritual. And then when you're doing art, also you're engaging all your senses there again. Mm-hmm. So that is why when all senses are engaged in a very productive manner, it has a very calming effect on you. So everybody, so if you don't have any ritual right now, think about it. Some people like to light a candle. It gives a warm, at this time of the year, especially with fall, winter, we're getting into winter, another 2 months, 1.5 months. It creates a really nice environment. If it's a fragrant candle, if you're okay with fragrances, it creates that nice environment as well. And so you're also using your smell senses as well. So using your senses as much as possible while you are creating art is something I'm going to ask each one of you get into the habit of doing something before you start. Okay, all right. So let's get to any comments, any reflections, anything anyone wants to add? We're all good? Okay.
You always make us think. I love that. Something we never thought of. That's really interesting.
I have my little candle right here to sniff.
Yeah. I know there was somebody I knew who used to keep a piece of lemon, like a slice of lemon in the, because lemon has that freshness associated with it. So it just, so you can think of many, many things. Some people just like to put some of those stones that you get, the like the mandala stones. I don't know what stones that they call, but they like to keep like a tourmaline or.
I have my crystal.
Yeah. So they like to. So it depends on what agrees with you. What do you?
When were you in my craft room, Alka?
Sorry?
I've had everything you've said. When have you been here to see what I have on my desk?
Oh, okay. Very
Everything
cool.
she mentioned is right here.
Very cool. Yeah. So some people like to put flowers. They always have a small, have a one stem holder, and you can put a flower in that, because flowers always have a good vibe. And they symbolize sensitivity. And color, and if there's some fragrance, if it's a rose flower, like my favorite is, I dwindle between rose and jasmine, between the two of those. So whatever you like, you can keep that. So do what works for you, what makes you feel good about whatever you are doing. So, and when you do these things, what also happens is that there is no judgment. Right? You are just going through, and we are our victim of our own judgments. The number of patients I see in my practice, many of them will come and they will say to me, it's all my fault. I did not do this, so their self-judgment is the worst judgment. If you are judging yourself that way, that how will you present yourself positively to people around you? So really getting rid of that. And people, like just yesterday, the patient I had in my office, she's a 44-year-old woman, and she came here a few years ago from Jamaica. So she has a 3-year-old over here. I met her for the first time, and she doesn't eat anything throughout the day. Just one meal maybe, or she'll have a fruit somewhere here or there. So some days she goes without food, and it's a weight loss thing as well. That was there too, because this is the fixation people have, that if I don't eat, I will lose weight, which is completely wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So you need, even to lose weight, you need to eat. So while talking to her, the judgment piece was coming up and she had some PTSD as well, a very traumatic life. She has many children, which I learned after talking to the nurse practitioner in the clinic, that she has like back home, and she has had I did not ask too many questions because it was my first meeting with her. But during my conversation with her, it was very evident that she is kind of blaming herself for all that she has been through. So, and it was very difficult. And when I asked her I said, when I told her that you've got to start eating a little bit, she was shocked, completely shocked. And she was hesitating to even tell me her food preferences. So her food preferences were cultural, like she was so attached. So she was more about eating, the foods from her country, like sweet potato, bananas, because they eat all these things along with meat, fish, and all these things. So she was hesitating to even share that with me because she thought that I am going to be judging her. But in fact, like for me, it was like when I see a patient, I'm not making any judgment at all that, okay, you come from this part of the country, so this is what no, that's not how it works. So she was judging herself and she was hesitating. She's saying, and then later on when she got a bit more comfortable, then she said to me, oh, I was really worried what you will think of that I don't eat the food that are here in Canada. That was her statement.
Wow.
So you see, so people are very harsh to themselves, very, very harsh to themselves. And that is very difficult. And that really pulls you down.
The hard habit to stop too.
Yes. So
Trying for 40 years.
Yeah. So really come out of that, and that is the whole purpose of me doing these sessions. And actually starting next month, I think December 15th, and you'll get an email. There's a program that I will be starting, which is a combination, which is called as, the program is called as Eat Without Rules. And in the backdrop of doing some artwork as well. So you'll get that information. So the whole idea is to combine your eating and moving away from judgment and bringing in the art and peace in there and really freeing yourself. It has a really positive impact.
Sounds great.
I can go on with case studies on and on like that, because there's so many people I see in my practice who are really stuck up in time, but let's get to our project. Okay. All right. So let me change my camera. And I'm a little behind on what I wanted to do. Okay. But I fixed remember last time we had that issue of the being reversed? The image being reversed, so I fixed that, so which is good. Okay. So what I have here, so what I'm going to be using today is, so this is an old canvas that I have. And I have actually gessoed it. Over here, it's a little wet, and I'm going to use my hair dryer, not the craft dryer, to dry it up here. And what I'm going to be doing is, so, and my idea was to make something with the world map. So here, and you can choose whatever you want. So think of a theme with whatever materials you have around you. Think of a theme over there. So I thought that this is like a bag from the dollar store.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So dollar store is a treasure. You can find so many things over there. So I have this over here. So I'm going to be using this. And then I also have some, these are some scrapbooking papers. So in this, I found this is the compass over here. I'll be cutting that. And again, I have no idea where things will go, but we'll see. That is the point of being free. Then the traveler, I'm going to be cutting this as well. What else do I have here? Yeah, I had this. So this is some gift. This is not gift, but this was some. There's something we had ordered, and this paper came in that. So I just kept it. It's got nice texture.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be doing textures with that. Then I also, what else do I have around me here? Yeah, I have, this is a map of the world. Okay, you can see that. So this is the map of the world that we'll do over here. Then I have some Posca paints. I don't know if people have that, or if you have watercolors, acrylic colors, gel pens, like whatever you have at home with you, color pencils, markers, anything that you have. So I have this with me. I have too many supplies. So, and then I also have these acrylic inks. What I'm going to do with them, I have no clue, like I said. This is the acrylic inks that I have, which is the Liquitex ones over here. And then I also have, I like gold. So this is also gold acrylic ink as well. And then my usual the black markers and stuff like that. And we'll see, maybe some sparkle I want to add in. I don't know. I am just very free on this. We'll see what comes out with this. So I'll give you like about 5-7 minutes. Just think about, see what you have around with you. Okay, and see what you can think of a theme. The other reason it's always good to think of a theme is because it helps you think of a color palette. So when I'm looking at this, it's giving me the color palette idea also. Right? So just look around you if you want to follow a theme, think about that, and then we will get back. Is that okay?
Sounds great.
Okay. So I'm just going to try this. Okay. So could everybody think of about a theme or anything? And anyone you want to anyone would like to share?
Maybe butterflies.
Butterflies, okay. You like butterflies.
I do. We raise them in our yard, so.
Yeah. Anyone else who would like to share what the theme that they would be working on?
I'm not sure at the moment. I've brought all my craft bags down, all my bits and pieces which I saved over the years.
Yeah, that's fine.
Myself and just see what I have and come up with some sort of theme based around what I have.
Yeah.
We just have to go with it.
Of course, that's the idea. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you don't have a canvas, that's fine. You can use watercolor paper. You can even use any kind of paper, whatever you have at home.
Right.
You don't have to, you can even use you can even take an old magazine and you can stick 2-3 papers together to make it thick.
Right.
And you can use that also as a base if you'd like.
Right. That's a good idea. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to start. So now this is dry. So if you will see over here, this is just one coat of gesso. You can give another 2 quotes just to hide the words, but for me, it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to be covering it in any case with paper, different papers. And even if there's a little bit of a sneak peek in between, it's completely okay. I am fine with that. I have no problem with that. So this is nice and dry. And I'm going to put this aside for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, say, if you see over here, let me just flatten this. Maybe remove this part. So if you take a look at this here, this sheet over here, and we'll see whatever you have with you. So you can see that there is these maps over here, right? This is the map of Africa. This is just like the globe, or like the whole thing over here. So I'm going to start looking for different shapes, and you can do the same in whatever papers you have with you. So you can cut out those, start cutting out. So this is a little thicker paper. If you have paper which is like thinner, you can actually rip it. Okay, so the same thing I'm going to do with this one. So I'm going to actually cut out the traveler piece over here. This is also thick paper, so I'm just trying to cut this. So I'll spend a little bit of time in literally finding out the pieces that I have that I want to use. So that is the thing that you will also do. So you can either start working with me or you can do it later on. It's entirely your call. Then what I want to do is over here, I might want to use a little bit of a jagged edge. I don't want these edges smooth. So I might just, go like this, create, some edges like this, cut them. Just to give it some more texture. So now when we talk about texture does not always mean that you've got to put things on it. So we will be creating texture using dots, lines, stripes, things like that. Okay. So over here, let's cut it this way. This is my traveler thing. And then where is my compass? So here is my compass. And you don't have to worry about any kind of perfection in cutting. You can even rip it, like I had said, it gives nice jagged edges. So this is my compass over here. I'll put this aside. And then I'm going to start cutting over here. Okay. So this is the circle, the globe. And then so while cutting, make sure you keep breathing, okay? You want to take some deep breaths in between. Take breaks as you need to. I have this cord over here. I'm going to probably I will use this cord on my piece as well. So now this map, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start ripping it with my hand. Okay. Just to give it that nice, jagged edges over here. Letting go of any kind of perfection that you are stuck with. No judgments at all. I'm going to rip this circle as well.
I don't know how not to have judgment thoughts.
Yes,
It's hard.
it is hard.
It's different.
But the more you get used to it, some people will say that, oh, no judgment means you don't care. Well, not really.
No, means you're okay with everything,
Yeah. You
How
can
it
have your
is.
opinion. You can have your opinion. You can have your viewpoint.
Right.
But definitely not judging anybody, because everyone comes from different situations, different circumstances.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know where you are coming from.
So I'm in my South voice.
Exactly.
To me,
Right. Yeah, I don't know the challenges you have
Right.
lived through, so it's just not fair. It's just not right.
I get it.
Yeah. So this is a bit tricky, so we can cut it. So try to think of texture while cutting your papers, whatever you have. Magazines is something nice to look into, magazines that have, like, during this time of the year, there's so many magazines that come through the mail. Keep them, right? Maybe you're junking out, but it's okay. Use them, so it's kind of nice. So, okay. So I'm going to, this is rough here. Actually remembered there's a tool that I have. It is from Tim Holtz. I don't know if people are they've seen this, right?
I have one somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. So what you can, so suppose there's a paper over here, and then you can actually, I've never even used it. Yeah, this is 1 second. Yeah. So you can just go over to create that. I've never used, so I don't even know how to use this thing.
That's how to do it. Yeah.
That's how to do it. Okay, I'm doing it right.
Just takes a couple waves through. It
Yeah.
distresses the edges.
Yes. Yeah. So you can just do this to give it a little bit of that rough, jagged edge. And there's different blades, different sizes there that you have. Okay, what have we got here now? This. I don't think this will be enough, so we'll need a bit more. I'm going to do this one. And of course, I forgot to mention, we will need Mod Podge or any white glue that you have, and of course some paints for sure. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to start putting them down on the. We might not finish the whole project today, but can continue doing that. Okay, so this is pretty dry. So now what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start laying them out. Not, I like a bit haphazard stuff. So I'm just going to start laying them down as I'm feeling, whatever is coming to my mind. I'm not thinking this at all. I'm not overthinking it. I'm thinking it, but not overthinking it. So I'm just going to lay them down in different, in different ways. Okay. This is what I've got like for now. And what I'm also thinking at this time is this world map that I have, I want to, so once once I have created the whole base, we will need to cover these things as well. So the orientation for me will be like this. And I want to, there we go. And I want to put this map here in the middle. Okay, once I have everything here, I'm going to be doing some stencil work and putting this in the middle. Probably I'll be using maybe gold, just here in the middle. So I'm just thinking of that as well, while I'm putting these things in place. So I will probably need more. Put this here. Okay, and what else have I got? I'm literally ripping paper. That's what I'm doing now. Okay. Okay. I think it's looks pretty good. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with this. So now I'm going to kind of use this in as well. I'm going to start Mod Podging everything down. So putting Mod Podge, using Mod Podge and putting paper down here on here can be very, very therapeutic. You're just taking it in the flow. Some people like to put it here. This is also another thing that you can do. You know what? That might be actually quicker. So I'm going to put everything down here. Now that I have a bit of an idea that I have enough paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Mod Podge here on my canvas, because I don't want it to dry. So I'm just using like half of it, and then we'll keep adding more. And you need to put a healthy amount. And design as you go.
Do you know if Mod Podge will wash out of the brushes afterwards, or?
Oh yeah, you can wash it with water.
Okay.
Yeah, with soap and water.
Trying to decide what brush to use.
Yeah, so use any brush which, the one that I have, this one has, I think, nylon bristles.
Okay.
So that is very helpful, yeah. So I'm going to start putting my things down. Okay.
All these years, I've never used a
Mod Podge. I use a lot of it. And try to overlap as well. Wherever you're overlapping, make sure you put Mod Podge at the bottom there too.
just on the bottom.
Yeah, right now we're putting on the bottom. Then after we have covered the whole thing, we're going to put a layer of Mod Podge even on the top.
Okay.
Sometimes what happens is that the paper is really thick, so you might need to add some more as you keep going. And now, for example, over here, I'm overlapping it. So I need to put some Mod Podge over here so that I'm able to overlap it.
Well, factory system's working. I could smell it.
Yeah. So with paper that is thick, you might have to put Mod Podge as you move on the top as well, so that it sticks really nicely to the base. Like you can see, it's coming off over here. So I'm taking more Mod Podge and I'm putting it on top as well. Get your hands in there if you have to.
In the Mod Podge, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you have to, like, for example, if I need to stick my hand in here and fix it, yeah. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Anyone has any questions as we are moving along? Any comments, any reflections, anything? What are you feeling right now when you're watching me do this, or if you are following along?
Very relaxed.
Relaxed? Yeah. There are no rules.
Twice I heard that this week. You're spot on every week. I feel like a 6-year-old kid
Mm-hmm.
playing at the table, and
Yeah.
we used to make collages then, but I haven't made one probably since
Years.
a long time.
Yeah. Relive your childhood now.
The good part.
Hmm.
So if you see that I am going over, places which are sticking out, I'm going over them again and again, because when it is thick paper, when it is thin paper, it's fine. The other alternative to Mod Podge is oftentimes people use this medium that like this is the modeling paste. It's not the one. I think I dumped that. So you do get the Liquitex you get gel medium. So if you use gel medium, that is a much thicker paste. It's a bit pricey. So that's why I thought we'll do Mod Podge today. Maybe at another one, I can show you the gel medium. So gel medium takes on to thick paper, very strong. This one is giving a little bit of a trouble, but it's okay. We might have to give multiple layers of Mod Podge over here. So Mod Podge will dry transparent, okay? You can do the same kind of thing with tissue paper. Tissue paper is very easy to work with. Like you get, for example, if you want to do a Christmas kind of a themed one, you know, and even cards can be made with the same technique as well, where you can use tissue paper. Tissue paper sticks really quickly.
Are we supposed to be using any techniques we want or just the paper layer now?
You can use whatever you want.
Thank you.
Whatever you have, you don't need to buy special stuff. If you are somebody who does crafting and, you know, painting a lot and you don't mind investing, by all means, do what you feel. You do however you feel. Yeah. I'm only giving you, so with all these sessions, I'm only providing you with some ideas as to different ways that you can really involve yourself in different kinds of art. And some things work for somebody, some people might say, you know what, I don't like collage at all. That's totally fine. So I pretty much got all my pieces on here. And
Do you know if Mod Podge will hold ribbon down? Okay. Cloth ribbon.
Mod Podge, I'm going to say ribbon is a little tricky.
Okay.
I'm just going to see what it is saying on the package.
I could look at that. Sorry.
It does work with paper, I know. If you want to put ribbon, I'm going to say use gel medium.
Yeah.
And you get gel medium, you get the thick one, you get the heavy one, you get the medium one. So because it is fabric,
Right.
yeah, it is better to use something which is stronger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there another word for gel medium? I don't know.
No, you'll find gel. It says gel medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And you get it from the brands are Liquitex is the one that I find very easily at my local Michael's.
Okay, I think I
You
have
can
that.
even get it off Amazon as well.
I think I might have that.
Yeah. So now I'm just pushing these pieces down, all those that are jumping up. I have one more pieces left.
Is it the same thing as gesso?
No, gesso is different. Gesso is given to, gesso is like paint.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gel medium is to stick. Gel medium can be used as a glue.
Oh, okay.
It can also be used to create textures
Mhm.
as well. Yeah, and it dries transparent. When it comes to gesso, I think gesso has chalk paint in it.
Oh, okay.
Gesso is generally used to create like a base so that you use less paint on top.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you have, for example, this canvas, if I
Mhm.
was just painting this canvas, and if I use paint, if I use acrylic paint or watercolor, watercolor will not go well on this anyways. But
Right.
even if I'm using acrylic paint, I will have to use a lot of paint. But
Oh,
but when you use gesso will give it a nice coat. And
it's like
then,
a primer.
yeah, it's like a primer. Yeah.
Thank you. I have most of the stuff. I just have never used. I didn't know how.
Yeah. So if you are using, especially if you're using on canvas, it's always good to gesso it.
Oh, okay. Good tip.
And usually give 2 coats. The reason I gave 1 coat is because I knew I'm putting lots of stuff on it.
Right.
So that's why I just gave it 1 coat.
Over the top or underneath, you mean?
Yeah, on the canvas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I ran out of gel medium. Otherwise, I would probably have used that. That would have been quicker.
This is me time.
It is me time.
So I'll have to brush.
I'm really struggling with putting these things down. Getting my hand in there now.
My collage is going to have a base of dog fur. Trying to pick off the hairs.
So how is everybody doing? I don't know how many of you are following along with me.
I'm enjoying
Good.
myself, ma'am. It's something I haven't done, collage. So I'm like I did it at school many years ago, but since then I've never done it. And I'm just it's quite freeing,
It
just
is.
It is.
getting bits of paper and
Yeah.
whatever I have and just rearrange. I don't know how it's arranging on the, well, I do, but it's coming out like a picture. I haven't really thought much about it, and it's
Yes,
just appearing. Does that make any sense?
it does.
Um,
Totally.
So I'm
Yeah.
enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I'm getting really
That's great. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do, so now in what we do in collaging or let's say mixed media is that you're working in layers. Okay. So the gesso was the first layer. And again, I am not, full disclaimer, I am not a trained artist. This is all that I've learned along the way. So what I'm sharing with what I share with all of you is literally based on my own experiences. And that's it. Okay. So just for everyone to know.
Well,
that
so far, so good, Alka.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
We keep coming back, so.
yeah, sometimes things might work, sometimes things might not work. Okay,
Right.
they're not, yeah. So, which is very close to life. So, yeah,
Mhm.
And we go with the flow.
exactly. Yeah. Okay. So now you can see over here, if you let me bring this paper closer to you. So I've tried to put the, I'm using my fingers to, when I do my projects, I really like to get in there. So I am using my fingertips to actually just move the glue. And let me bring it closer. So you will see that in some places, this is not even sticking, right? It's up over here. It doesn't bother me. That is giving it texture and it's giving it dimension, okay? So I'm going to try a little bit more. If it goes, very nice. If not, you know what? That's fine. Okay. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this, because what's going to happen is we are going to, now on top of this, I'm going to be using this paper. And again, I am just going to rip it and just a few pieces. I don't want to overload it also.
So would you say collage is more about the process than the outcome?
Everything that I
Yes.
do here is about the process.
Okay. Sorry.
Enjoy the process more. Yeah. So
Right.
this is, so I'm going to put this, let's see, I'm going to put it maybe here. Okay. And I'm going to put some Mod Podge on it. If you ask me why did you put it here, Alka, I don't know. I have no answer. Okay. And this is another one as well. So I'm going to put that probably over here. Like that. And then I think I want to put a little bit more. Probably somewhere here. Okay, I think that should be enough. Okay. So do you see it like kind of taking a bit of a shape? Kind of. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I think I need to, what I'm going to do is I want to give it one more coat of Mod Podge all over. Just so that everything sticks nicely. And then I will use my dryer to dry this down. What is the time? Okay, yeah, we're okay. The other thing about Mod Podge is that it also protects your paper. It gives it more life, like long. Otherwise, paper is a natural product, right?
Right.
So it can.
Right,
So when you
yeah.
give it a coat of when you give it a coat of Mod Podge, it's also protecting.
It's a sealant.
It's a
Right.
sealant. Yeah, exactly.
So isn't this basically the same technique as decoupage, like with the paper? I mean,
Yes, yes, it is an offshoot of decoupage. Yeah, but with decoupage, generally speaking,
mhm.
you use thinner paper.
Oh, okay. I've never done that. I've wanted
Yeah.
to, which is why I have so much Mod Podge.
Yes. So with decoupage, because with decoupage, the purpose of decoupage is to make it look as if it's a painting,
Right.
like it's really smooth. So that's the whole purpose with decoupage. But so when I was
Texture.
thinking on what kind of project will we do for this one,
Mhm.
that's how this idea came by, that this can be like an offshoot of the decoupage technique. Okay, so I think I'm good here. And I am going to get my dryer. So this will be a little bit noisy, okay?
Hope it took the noise out.
Ideally, it is always nicer to leave it to dry for like about an hour or 2 hours at least. But because we don't have the time right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain to you what the plan is, okay? And maybe we can do a little bit of it because it's a little sticky here. Yeah. So, and I will send you, I will do the recording of what I do after this as well, so that you know what I had actually done. So
Good.
the idea over here was to obviously have this all dry, so you can see the way textures are playing up. So you can see this paper lifting over here, which is giving it texture and dimension. Then we added this as well, which is giving it texture. Then this map is going to go in the middle. Again, you can decide your placement whatever way you want. I want it in the middle, and I'm going to be, see if it's not sticking. I can. And I'm going to be using this gold. This is acrylic ink. Okay, let me see if it, I don't think it will work. Let me give it a shot.
By the way, the app muted out your heat gun.
Sorry?
The app deleted the sound from your heat gun, your heat tool. We didn't hear it.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's cool. Has anyone used acrylic inks before? Okay, they are actually very interesting to use. So they are obviously acrylic based, and they are thinner than acrylic paint. And from what they come in, and there's a little bit of transparency you get with acrylic ink, but not as thick as in, your real acrylic paint. So I am going to put some in my palette. Let me get rid of my palette. It's okay. So you can see that it is pretty thin. See, so it comes with a dropper. And I'm going to use my brush to get the outline, to get to the map, okay? And it might need 2 coats because it is transparent. And my idea is to, once the gold has dried up, like I'll give it 2 coats, and I'm going to go over the entire map and create some designs, like maybe a Zentangle or maybe squares, like anything that comes to my mind, any kind of doodling that I will do inside the map. Like I could have used a dropper, but I think I have more control when I'm using the brush. I just love gold. Anything gold is nice.
Beautiful. Gold is a beautiful color.
Yeah.
Built the whole thing of sequins.
If you want to use sequins, if you're fond of that, you can use that. Glitter, use glitter. It's drying very quickly, so it's working, which is nice. You don't, and you can use any kind of stencil that you have. It doesn't have to be whatever stencil you have. You have flowers, birds, butterflies, anything. Okay, pretty good. Yes, so let's remove it and see the magic. Yeah, okay. So there we have, so it kind of looks like the map, but not fully. So what I'm going to do is once it dries off, I will take my black marker and I'm going to do the outline to make it look like the map. So yeah, it does kind of look, as I look at it closer, but it's a little smudgy as well, which is fine by me. I have no problem in that. So I'm going to leave it. So what's the time right now? Okay. So I think I will stop here. So what the next step will be really, so once this is dried, I will use my black marker or my black marker pens, whatever I have, and do the markings. And then inside, I'm going to go and do my doodling to give it a little bit more character. Then the next step that I will also do is I will start using my black marker to outline each of these pieces. Okay, and then I will use my Posca markers to put some. Does anybody use Posca paint markers?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually really wonderful to have because they come in different sets. So this one is, I don't know, whichever set. So it comes like this, and the way you use them is you have to push paint out of them. So over here, you see over here, you have to push. You've got to push like that, and the paint comes out. So it's really paint in a pen. A lot of it came out. So this is like a brush tip. So once you have loaded paint over here, you can actually go in and you can, it won't work right because it's wet right now here. So I will use my Poscas once it is fully dry. And I will also use my other acrylic inks to create textures and, to create with lines and dots and stuff like that to give it more texture and yeah, and I might even decide to put some beads. I don't know. We'll see how it goes when I am completing this project. And I will send you a video of what I'm doing. You'll get that. It just might take a little bit longer, but you will definitely in the replay, I will include everything that I did to it and the final picture as well.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you remind me, please, what the greeting is for Diwali? Is it Happy Diwali or?
Yeah, it is Happy Diwali.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't positive. So I hope you have a very happy Diwali.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you definitely do that.
Anyone has anything else? Any comments, any reflections, anything anyone wants to share?
I'll show you what I did.
I enjoyed it as well.
A little different again, but
oh yeah, no, that's no problem. Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
yeah, that's
nice and bright
color. Yeah, lovely. Wait, let me spotlight 1 second.
sure.
There we go. There we are. Oh wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's cute.
Cool, Tina.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
What else would you do on this?
I'm not sure. I was just thinking that. I've been keep adding different things, but I don't want to overdo it either. So I might just do some like Zentangle in the white area.
Yeah. Yes.
And what's funny is you did the maps, and then the poster that I had to use is all different states. And it just happened to be that way. It was kind of
nice. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's great.
1 second, Tracy. Let me spotlight for everyone. Yeah. Okay.
It's still wet, but
yeah. Lovely.
Oh, cool.
I found a lighter, thinner ribbon and it worked okay. I was going to take one. I used a lighter, thinner ribbon.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Thank you. It's fun. I'm trying to glue down sequins.
it
which is
is.
a little-
Yeah. 1 second, Chris. Let me. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that.
pretty.
That's very pretty.
That's nice.
Very
What are
nice,
those
Chris.
round things?
Well, actually, they're just for making. I've got a full box of cardboard pieces, very fine cardboard pieces in different shapes, stars, flowers, squares.
Oh, the chipboard thing?
Say again, sorry.
Is it chipboard?
No, it's very, very fine cardboard.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, sorry, card. It's card, just
Mhm.
card.
Okay.
But it's just for
Okay.
making cards up, to give to people. So it's just a full
Right.
box I've never ever used, and I thought, oh,
There
I
we
could-
go. You found use
Use.
today.
yep.
I'm
That was
shocked.
perfect.
Yeah, it was
Very
like that
nice.
too. I did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Anything else? Anyone else wants to share or show their piece?
Do you want photos of these also or no?
I always love to get photos. So
Yeah.
complete them and send your photos. Here, let me show you one that I had made when I was doing my course. I'm going to be right back. Just 1 second. So this one here.
Can you make yourself the small
Yeah,
one again?
I am doing it there.
Okay, sorry.
See
Oh,
that?
wow.
Oh, that's cool.
So this was so this is also a different form. This is also like collaging, mixed media. So
Right.
here, this is I had some alphabet tiles. So I
Right.
put the word cheers and there's glitter. So these are chipboard pieces that you can get.
Oh.
Yeah, this is also chipboard. Like I really like the steampunk style, like vintage
Yeah.
steampunk. So these are the wooden cutouts over here. So all this is from a Ferrero Rocher chocolate box. Like this.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought maybe it was your
cool.
paint. Where are those
No.
chocolates, Elka?
They're in my tummy.
Okay. We won't tell your patients.
Then this is some pearls I had again from the dollar store. These
Oh,
are
yeah.
these are roses. These are some flowers that I made out of clay.
Oh, those
Yeah.
So
sound
did you
great.
use the gel or whatever it is over the tops of them or just to adhere them?
Just to adhere them. So because this is
Oh, okay.
thicker, so I use the gel,
Okay.
the gel medium. So I'm going to suggest using gel medium, especially if
Okay.
you're using canvas. It just sticks much better.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
there's this, this is music. So I wanted to, so the theme for this one was really about happiness. That was the whole thing. That's why it has cheers, it's got music. And the theme was gold and white in this one, gold and white and golden cream. That's why you find all these
Oh, yeah.
colors.
I like
And
that
there's
palette.
and then there's so the paper over here at the back is really thin paper. So it stuck really quickly and nicely over here. And so then of course some corners. These are also made out of clay. This one over here.
Ooh.
Oh,
They're all
yeah, I
made
love
of
that
clay.
piece.
So this is also some tiles that I had, like the wooden tiles that I had, and I used chipboard over here as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Word.
Yeah. So it's just so the same this this was okay, this piece over here, you can see this one here,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
shiny piece. So this
yeah.
is actually an earring that I had.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
So I dismantled and did not want to wear it, and I just dismantled it, cut up, and I just like this piece, so I use that over here.
My
Isn't it
husband
cool
has
how
a
we
box
can-
full of dismantled jewelry to undo.
Yeah, exactly. So it is really putting things in perspective, and at the bottom the paper that is here at the base is, it's all got flowers and leaves and all
Oh,
that
pretty.
stuff in it. So yeah.
And then you hang that up somewhere?
Yeah, it was hanging actually in my room over here.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the same technique can be used even for making greeting cards too. If you
Right.
are someone who makes greeting cards, you can use, but obviously you need to use lighter material. You can use things like thread,
Right.
small sequins, and so having clay is something that, especially when you're making canvases, so you can use, so you get different kinds of clay. You get paper clay, you get porcelain clay, different kinds of clay. So if that is something you enjoy, you will obviously, you can either make your own, clay, you can make your own things, but these are all out of a mold. I made it into a mold. So if that is something that you want to do, you can, definitely, let me put this straight, this way. So that is something I like to do, clay work, because I do polymer clay as well. So this is polymer clay. This is, I think, paper clay, these things. Because with paper clay, you don't have to bake it. With the polymer clay, you've got to bake it before you use it. So anyway, you can, I am a tool junkie, so it's just a bit much sometimes, but that's what keeps me going. So yeah. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So everyone have a lovely weekend.
Another fun class. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Lots of fun.
Great.
Thank you.
So now the next class, I believe, is, let me tell you, obviously you'll get an email, but I will tell you right away.
Told us at the beginning.
I think it is, 1 second.
And thank you for the other video and the color wheel with the
Oh,
hand.
yeah. No
Very
problem.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, use it to your advantage.
Yep, I printed it all out.
Nice.
And have it right here.
Okay. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. So I think the next class is creativity and self-discovery, and it is on November 25th. But it is at 2:30, not at 1:30.
Is that it's a Friday, right? That's the day after Thanksgiving here in the States, I think.
Yes, I don't know. Thanksgiving is on Thursday.
The fourth Thursday. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's like the biggest shopping day of the year here.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll get this finished. So now it's drying up slowly, and I can see that, it's drying up. Yeah, I can see, but still there is some sticky spots as well. So when this thing dries, this will become hard, and the texture, it will be kind of nice when you go over it. And then I'll be putting paint like over here, and then you'll see everything. Yeah. Okay.
Do you know if I were to use like just dye ink, like with a stamp or something, will it hurt my stamp to stamp on this Mod Podge?
Oh, you can stamp. No, you can do stamps. So I would say use archival ink for the stamping, because that stays longer. It doesn't smudge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just stays longer. Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you so much.
Take care, and then I will see you in about 2 weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you have any questions, send me an email. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.